everybody. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is So I'm Watching Dawson's Creek, Season 1, Episode 12, Beauty Contest.
Woof.
Okay, we're gonna get it out of the way at the beginning. Joey sang On My Own.
Badly.
From Les Mis.
Badly.
It was not good.
No, it was like if Betty Boop did it.
It was kind of Betty Boopish.
It was just baby.
Yeah.
And it's fine if you have a higher, like, singing register, but she was keeping it all right here. There was nothing.
Nothing was coming from here.
Yeah. And the parts where she was supposed to hold the notes, it just was like, boom! It just was over.
Yeah.
Bad!
Like, I don't know, I don't really consider Eponine to be the powerhouse of that show.
No.
It's like a fine song, but it's not like it's, what's the prostitute's name? My husband's yelling at the dog. It's not Cosette, because that's the daughter.
Yeah.
What the fuck is her name? Anne Hathaway?
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't remember her name.
Fantine.
There we go.
That's the,
Yeah. But still, On My Own is such a song of heartbreak.
Yeah.
And just I love this person on my own.
Yeah.
And so...
Because he's in love with someone else.
Yes. So it starts out very quiet, but as soon as she hits the blind, it is out. You were blowing it out.
Projection.
Yes.
Okay, so I told you while we were watching it, if you want to watch along with us, you can go to patreon.com/soimwatchingthisshow. It is objectively not good watching it from the outside. Within the world of the show, she fucking slams it. It's good. It's amazing. Everyone's so proud. Gail is crying.
Gail looked like she was on the verge of tears for so much of that.
Yeah. So just know that it's supposed to be good.
Sure.
She's supposed to have blown it out of the park.
If that was actually Katie Holmes singing, you
was.
could hear it. The vibrato is there. Yeah. We were just it would have been the perfect rendition of that song and representation of Joey if she had actually started to project.
Yeah. Because
this whole thing about finding, or it took so much confidence for her to do that. Mm-hmm. And so it's but instead she still played the entire song from the space of her shoulders.
Yeah.
Ah! Yeah. So mad.
So it's not great. Basically, the only reason she enters, Jen sort of convinces her, and it's so that she can start saving money for college. Because the second runner-up is 2 tickets to the Rialto.
Mm-hmm.
The runner-up is a day of beauty at Betty's Beauty Barn. And then the first grand prize is $5,000. That's such a huge gap worth of, money and services. Either way. So Jen convinces her and says, I'll coach you too. So she teaches her how to walk in heels. She does her makeup. She helps with her hair and everything. And then Pacey decides that he's going to join because there's nothing in the rules that say he can't. And also, this is the first indication we get of stuff from his dad. Because we've gotten stuff about how Doug doesn't like him. Mm-hmm. And they are at odds. But his dad, basically, he tells Dawson, told him straight to his face, if you want to get emancipated, do it.
Yeah, where can
I'll sign the papers.
Yeah.
So, his family just hates him. And there's really, again, like I said, kind of no excuse for it.
That's so stupid.
The worst, in my opinion, the, worst character trait of Pacey is that he kind of has ADD.
Yeah.
That's not enough to, get rid of your kid.
No.
Your baby. Your youngest baby.
The way that they treat him, I would expect... if he killed his mother during childbirth or something,
alive.
And for what?
Yeah,
I don't know. But we're out here having affairs for no reason at all.
No reason at all.
So
I was trying to find out when something happens, and it turns out it's not till season 3. But I was reading through some of the season 2 stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot a decent amount. I haven't had this show on rotation in years, so I don't remember a lot.
Oh.
So I was like, oh no, that's right. Because for season 2, I was largely remembering the Jen stuff and the Jack stuff.
Mm.
And you haven't met Jack yet. But yeah, so that's where I just sort of was like, oh, what's a bummer. So anyway, so we're going through this whole beauty contest. We got a R word in the wild.
Yeah, we did.
To which there is actually a piece of trivia about it, which says, during contestant interviews, one of the girls describes wanting to get into early education for special needs kids, and coincides this phrase with the R word, a word widely accepted in the 90s, but has since become a derogatory term for people with cognitive disabilities. And I was just like, I love that somebody on IMDb was like, let's make a note.
Yeah, wow.
It kind of makes me want to go back to the episodes of Angel where Cordelia says it and see if it just hits sideways every time now.
It's like a slap in the face.
It is. It really is.
Just because, I mean, and it's very few and far between, but like even in the actual wild, like real life wild, hearing that, and it's just like, you just struck me.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't say that.
So I've worked with a lot of Gen X men, and they're the ones who are still perpetrating it. I don't hear it from anyone in our generation. That is really a word that we put to bed.
Yeah.
And also like how we used to say gay.
Yeah.
We just like don't do.
No.
But Hillary Duff was like, don't do that. And we were like, you got it, mother. Like, I don't know. It's just so weird.
It was the you got it, mother. Yeah. I really like that was good. That was very funny.
There's also a girl named Hannah who's like back from boarding school to do this for some reason, just a regular, or not regular, like a random November weekend that the boarding school let her out. Super weird. So she and Pacey are kind of at odds the whole time because he does have to like go around basically the rules to like let him compete. And he's like not doing terribly. Gail is like, you're so funny and charming. Like,
no,
it's
he
great.
was killing it.
And she was like, they're never going to give you this though. Like, you have to know. Like, it's never gonna happen.
They could have given him like second runner up.
Yeah, I mean, well then, but then you like, I don't know, watching Hannah eat shit was kind of more worth it than,
I guess.
Anyway, once he like sort of realizes, he decides to not do his magic act. He instead does the William Wallace speech from the end of Braveheart, which is whatever. He paints his face, he commits. He paints his face and everything, and he like wears the vest of his like magician's outfit. I just love Pacey. I just think he's great. But Hannah gets second runner up. So the super, which again, she doesn't need the $5,000 either, but the super rich girl just gets 2 movie tickets.
Yeah.
I think it's funny. But I do really love the moment that she and Pacey have on the pier after, where he's like, just, you know, this is your first time losing. I thought you might need some like advice from a pro or whatever. And she then is like, no, I'm absolutely the loser in my family. I mean, she's still in high school, so it's like whatever, but it's like her brother is like a professional tennis player. One of her sisters is a pediatrician. I don't remember what the other one, but it's like also
she works for CNN. She's an international correspondent for CNN. CNN got a lot of play this episode.
They did get a decent amount of play. But yeah, so she's like, my parents are never home when I'm home, and like the last time I came home for like vacation, they were gone. Nobody was there. Like the dog spends more time there than I do, and all this stuff. So they just sort of like part ways as like black sheep of their families. It's kind of cute. I like when Pacey sort of like finds someone else. And the thing is like Pacey doesn't have a chip on his shoulder about being like poor.
Yeah, which I much prefer.
He's also not as poor as Joey. Like he has 2 parents and like his dad works and you know everything. So
Joey is just a one-man band of fish and chips. I'm over it.
It's okay. So it's not like a consistently running thing. Like her need to have money to get to college always exists. But the fish and chips on the shoulder is not like continuous.
Well, that's good.
It is there, but it's not constantly so in your face as like her competing against these rich girls to try to like.
I just like when she was going off about how she sold herself out and she should have just stood on a street corner if she was really needed money that bad. And I'm like, girl, take their money.
Yeah.
If you really want to say fuck you, take their money.
100%.
Just be like, thank you very much.
Yeah.
And then get get out.
So that's something I have with, like, a lot of heroes' journeys, and, like, especially instances where it's, like, say, like, this does not happen, but, like, say Pacey's father died, and he was, like, the main beneficiary of, like, the life insurance or something, and he would be like, I don't want his money, and, like, throws the check away or whatever. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, no, take the money and run.
Take the money and run. Like, 100%, because it's actually something that bothers me in the early seasons of True Blood. And, like, it's a different thing, but it's, like, Sookie's uncle who, like, molested her, kind of. Or, like, she could hear his thoughts, but he didn't actually do anything.
Yeah.
He leaves her his, like, estate or whatever, and she's like, no, and gives it to Jason.
Right.
And so that's obviously, like, a little bit different, but at the same time, I'm like, just do something good with that money. Like, do something good for you with that money. And, like, I have no scruples about stuff like, I'll take money from anyone.
Yeah, because you're gonna give it to me, and you will never see me again.
Never, ever.
So, oh well.
Yeah.
Yay for me. I have $5,000.
There's so many times where people are like, if you win the lottery, you have to pretend like you didn't. And I'm like, if I won the lottery, you would never see my face again. I would disappear in the night. Gone.
There would be a Kristen-sized hole in the wall.
You literally couldn't get me out of here fast enough. No one would ever hear from me again. I'm starting over. Yeah. I'm going away. I could bring Will. I'll bring Will.
No, but, like,
I like him enough.
Yeah. No, and, like, I know that you mean that you would, like, bring him with you, but it very much would just, like, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Away, just hard away.
Yeah. Where it's just different, and no, I get it.
I'm just gonna move somewhere. It's some smallish town, and I can be the recluse that lives in the Victorian mansion that's just the wrong side of scary.
You could, like, seriously start Womantown.
I could start Womantown. Oh, remember Womantown?
Womantown was a good time. We loved Womantown.
Outlander this year, right? Oh, go watch our Outlander coverage.
Yep.
From earlier this year, or last year, by the time this episode airs.
Yeah.
That was fun. Womantown. I'd do it.
She would start a library. I would have a saloon.
Yeah.
It would be a great time.
Dancing ladies.
And men would only exist for the whims of women and to do hard labor, and that's it.
Love that for us.
Yep. And I would make bathtub gin, and she'd make delicious, delicious food that I would serve at my saloon.
Sure.
And there'd be books for all the ladies. Yeah. She would teach people to read. It would be great.
I would love it. It would be amazing. That's what we're calling our pocket neighborhood.
Womantown?
Womantown.
I love it.
That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
So, Hannah doesn't win. Joey doesn't win. The girl who's deferring Juilliard for a year to join the Peace Corps wins.
That's fine.
Also, meanwhile, still the whole episode, Dawson has no idea that Joey's in love with him. Still no idea. Pacey's told him. Jen has told him.
The crazy lady has told him.
The crazy lady told him.
Jen kissed him. Or not Jen. Joey kissed him when she was drunk. I love that we just don't talk about that at all.
Yeah.
So weird.
So finally, when she's singing On My Own, she keeps looking at him. And so finally that's when he's like, oh, the song about me? But also, meanwhile, Jen is, like, regretting, a
lot of this happening.
Well, she's not being mean to Joey about it.
No.
Yet. I don't remember if she is. I don't remember. I straight up don't remember. I think in the midst of her season 2, like, downward spiral, I think she does get kind of dickish with Joey again, but she is, like, having problems. So, yeah, so she's kind of regretting it. And so then after the show, Dawson and Joey talk out on the pier too, and he's like, oh, I've never seen this side of you before. It's like I'm finally seeing you for the first time. And she's like, literally, fuck you. Like, I've been here all along, and it's not my fault that it took makeup and a hairdo to make you look at me. Like, I can't keep doing this. This is absolutely ridiculous. No. And he's like, we can't just ignore this. And she's like, yeah.
But we can, though.
I have to.
Yeah.
And so then he goes back to his house and he's just like thinking, I guess. And Jen comes up and is like, maybe we were too hasty. And he's like, ugh.
It's ridiculous.
It's
all of these
super
people
ridiculous.
have beer flavored something.
Yeah.
It's just I want to get off this ride.
We are on it for a bit longer,
Mm.
but again, it stopped being like the main
I can't wait.
story. So it's a handful of episodes in season 2, just based on what happens in like the season 1 finale. There's a few episodes in season 2 where we're gonna have to like deal with it.
Go around a couple of times.
Not really with like the Jen part of it, but the Joey and Dawson part of it. It's kind of
Okay.
so it's not amazing, but it's not like it's not the worst. Plus, we've got 2 new characters, so there's like a lot less real estate.
I would like them now.
Yeah.
It's
super early. Like, I think it's episode 1 of season 2.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, that is, I think, pretty much it in this episode. It was nice to see Gail again. She doesn't, like, you know, and Mitch was helping Pacey with his, like, because he was gonna sing, like, Sinatra.
New York.
Yeah, and then he decided to do magic. And he was, like, not terrible at it. He was practicing in front of Hannah and doing the, like, flat, like, silk scarves into flowers and stuff. It was fine. But yeah, so we're gonna watch first we're gonna eat chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, we are.
Which will be featured on the menu in Womantown.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna come back and watch the finale.
We are.
So we will see you next time.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. Womantown. I don't know how to finish the song because I don't have a brain like that.